How technical do you want me to get? For example, it's wisdom literature, not history. That might rattle some cages. I've done workshops and had some chaplains once when I said, we have to look at Job as a story, not as history, because it's in wisdom literature, not historical book. And there's a couple of chaplains like, whoa. And I don't know if that's going to rattle cages. I don't want to rattle cages. I want to help people. I'm Dr. Todd Johnson, the Brem Chair for Worship Theology and the Arts at Fuller Theological Seminary. My training is in the area of worship and spirituality and liturgy, but I'm here to talk to you about story. That is the story of Job. The story is of this man who has so much, so many sheep, so many camels, so many oxen, and a wonderful family. The question is, does Job have a relationship with God just to maintain his wealth? He's accused of that by the court advocate in heaven, famously known as Satan. He makes an agreement with God that he can take those things away from Job and see if he curses God or his life. The question that Job raises is, what sort of language do you use for God in difficult and challenging times? What sort of language will Job use? The popular response to travail happening in your life is to curse God and die. And that's in fact what Job's wife encourages him to do. Then there's the language of doubt. The three friends that visit Job embody this language of doubt. The first, Eliphaz, claims Job is simply an innocent victim. All humankind is sinful, therefore he experiences sin even if he hasn't sinned himself because he lives among people. Bildad, on the other hand, says he's a victim of the system. Someone in his family or someone nearby him must have sinned, and he is getting the collateral damage. Zophar simply says, Job, you're lying. You're guilty. No one is sinless, not even you. Throughout it all, Job maintains his innocence against these three classic examples of explaining pain in light of God's justice, or what we call theodicy. And here we have a fourth character, Elihu. He says, don't talk at God, don't accuse God, don't talk about God, don't do theology, talk to God. Address him directly, and if you are in fact innocent, God will respond to you. What's suggested in this is that prayer actually completes theology. Theology can only explain so much, but we turn to God with our questions in prayer, asking for God to respond. And God does respond. God explains to Job that he has, in fact, much more wisdom than Job possibly can understand. He has a perspective that no human being, however innocent, could ever have. Job then understands that he has limited insights, even though he is innocent. In the end, Job is restored. Twice as many cattle, twice as many sheep, twice as many oxen, 7 boys and 3 girls, just as he had before. But now, all 3 of his girls are considered equals with his sons. They are named and considered part of the inheritance. He has a new understanding of humanity. And he has a new understanding of his own life. The wisdom of God, the mystery of God, silences even the most just, even the most wise. It opens us all up to a posture of humility before the mysteries of life, death, and the love of our God in the midst of it.